welcome back. So, I'm going to be reviewing my gameplay against David, rated at 1400. Alright, David, but what did we do? I felt like I blundered in this game, but I managed to make a comeback, but I don't remember. So I started with d4. Okay, I started with, I think this is like the, it's not the Queen's Indian Defense, I think it's called the, it'll come to me or it won't, and we'll figure it out afterwards. 2 pawns in the center, trying to be principled. I wasn't expecting this. I didn't want to take and develop his knight because, you know, this just validates his moves, you know. So, if he takes and I develop the queen, you know, I can consider trying to castle queenside and going for a kingside attack. You know, I'm trying to be stubborn here. I also didn't want to let him take, and then I have to take with the king, and then I lose castling rights. So, strikes back in the center. Could have just taken the pawn, I guess, but I didn't want to damage my pawn structure and, like, give him another target and, you know, have, like, I don't know what I was considering. But develop the knight, you know, develop a new piece instead of, like, you know, being distracted with the pieces that I have. I guess you want, like, this to try to, I don't know. Perhaps I should have just taken. We'll have to see what the game says. Takes. Free pawn. Strikes back in the center. Do I have a tactic here? Queen, pawn, here, queen. I don't think so. Wait. Here. I probably did have a tactic. I think I missed it. I'm just like looking at the evaluation bar, you know, I know that I have a completely winning position, but I have to prove it. Well, that loses. No, it doesn't. Check. Castles. King's stuck in the center. King's miserable. Within a couple moves, you know, already smashing David. Alright, so strikes back in the center. Develops bishop. Getting ready to kick the bishop. Okay, I remember exactly where I messed up. So develops knight. I did not see that there was a queen trade happening. I was so salty when I saw this. I was just like, no! You know, because I had gone all the way through Martin, all the way through to David, and I hadn't lost a single. There was one game that I lost, and it was against Martin. I lost against Martin. Martin was the hardest person. And then I deleted that, and I started from scratch, because I wanted an undefeated, I wanted to be undefeated. Anyway. So, I just lost my queen. I'm so much worse now. I'm losing. And it's just like, oh boy. But I get the bishop as a consolation prize. Alright, so now I have to figure out how to get the rest of my pieces coordinated fast enough. His knight is miserable. Develop my bishop. Trying to put pressure on the position. Queen, maybe here was even stronger. That way it attacks both of these at once instead of just one. So I bring this rook out, protect this, and at a later time protect this. Queen moves away, take the front pawn for free. So he attacks the knight. I move the bishop back to safety. I'm going to try to march my pawns down the side of the board. Okay, so this is currently under attack. So I retreated my knight. That doesn't really do much either. Although I can get here, and then I can get here. Attack the rook in the corner, so maybe I had the potential. Okay, so attacking the knight, putting more pressure here. I had to figure out what to do here. So I counterattack the queen, so he didn't have time to capture this pawn. So he's still attacking it, but he's also attacking the pawn chain. I didn't want to trade because, you know, I'm down material. So I get this fat ass knight on the center. It's doing something. So he takes no queen trade. No queen trade. I'm sorry. No rook trade. You know, that only helps my opponent. I need to try to keep my rooks on the board. He saves his pawn. I get my other... Still completely losing. I get my my other rook into the game. Try to shoot. Well, that doesn't work, does it? Huh. So, attacking this pawn, I guess attacking it, so takes, is the idea. I think this was, yes, I laid a trap. I laid a trap for David, hoping that he would fall for it. Hope chess. And this is why you gotta give your opponent the opportunity to fuck up. So I took the rook, the queen's pins the king, while the knight's hanging. Okay, so I've got the bishop, and I've got these guys as targets. Alright, so now this is a target. He's didn't do anything about that, so now I'm winning again. I went from completely winning to completely losing to completely winning again. And this is the nature of chess. So, bring my rook back to safety, protect this pawn, just in case I need to like move my king out. Capture towards the center. That does less than nothing. So check. King moves away. Setting up this. He doesn't see it. Alright, now I've got the... well, that doesn't work. Alright. Trying to get my pawns... well, that was unnecessary. Just gonna make another queen. I didn't have to. Oh. He only had 2 squares, I see. Alright, so maybe the ending wasn't exactly precise, but, you know, got her done. Let us check the game review. So, the exception of the 11% accuracy with 1950, so a pretty strong game. But David didn't really play that well, I don't think. Alright, so, pawn d4. Is that the Owens Defense? Yes, yes. I knew it was. Bishop was supposed to go into the teacup, the fianchetto. Wanted me to take. I suppose takes, queen moves out? No, don't even worry about it, just play normal chess. Okay, so I didn't do that. I played an inaccuracy, struck back in the center, hated it. It was just like, why didn't you take, you bozo? Free pawn. This move instead, huh? So, well, I didn't do that now, did I? Hated this. Didn't like that either. But I wanted to make sure that the queen doesn't have any checks either. Best move. Could have checked him one more time. I suppose. Prevented him from getting away. Couldn't go this way. Would have to go. Oh, I see. Well, no, I don't see. Queen here. There. Castle. Okay, whatever. I probably still should have. Well, okay. Cut off the king. Tunnel vision. this move was stronger because it would have attacked both, and I wouldn't have had a good defense for it. Didn't like that one to get, yeah, that makes sense. Not to mention it put, with the pun gone, it now puts more pressure on this position. And allows the knight to get there at some point. Okay, counterattacks. It's a double attack, by the way. So it's not only attacking the rook, it's also attacking this, and I expected that he could take this, but I don't know. Maybe this was stronger. I don't know. You could probably have tried to lure the rook off the back rank, you know? Anyway. So, got super lucky, found this. Didn't even like it. Didn't like it, but it worked. That was unnecessary. Huh? This is the best move, but you didn't like this one. I don't understand. That's so funny. Look at this. Okay. So, best move. Best move. Miss. Best move. Miss. Best move. And we got there. Alright, so that's it for this one. David has been fallen. On to the next one. If you like this video, can you leave me a thumbs up so I know about that, so I can continue making content? And consider subscribing for more content. Alright, until the next one. Later. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.